Hi, I'm Kathy, growing over here in Glory's garden. Welcome. Guys, I'm back out here in this garden again. I have the water going on my 2 raised beds. I have everything misting. I probably let them mist water for about 45 minutes because of the way the raised beds are. They do not get water when they are under the shelter of the roof, and it comes over enough to where the water does not fall in the raised bed. If y'all can see that, they're up under this shelter. So I have an irrigation system on both of my raised beds, this one and the one that's over there. But what I came back out to show you was my how I'm doing my compost, my food scraps inside. I do have 2 pots over there that I'm throwing just food scraps in, and I also have this counter composter that's sitting on my counter, and it grinds up the food. And I came out to mix it in my soil, and this is the compost that I got out of here, that I got out of this bucket. I put in some lemon scraps, apple scraps, just anything left over, onions, onion peels, anything like that, orange peels, eggshells, coffee grinds, all that's in here. And that's what I put in my countertop. I keep this on my countertop, and I run it about every other day. I fill it up, and then when it gets to the full line, I bring it out. You can use this. You could just take this and spread it in your flower pots, your raised beds, wherever you want to. But over here, I'm just mixing up some dirt. And I'm going to stick my hand in here and show you, I still have some that's hooked in here. And I'm going to stick my hand in here and show you what it looks like. It grinds the food scraps up. I threw some stuff in there this morning, so it still kind of has some whole pieces in it. And I'm just mixing that into some of my ocean forest. It's some ocean forest in that bone meal, blood meal, worm casting, black cow, and a little ocean forest dirt, I believe. Maybe not no ocean forest dirt. That might be the black cow. But I'm putting this in that as well. And over time, I do what I call dirt fertilizing. I'll just take some of that and put it around the roots of the plants, as well as I'll do that. And then I'll go back through a week or so later, and I will liquid fertilize. But that's what I'm doing with this. I brought this out to dump it while the raised beds are going. And I'm just dumping it in this pot because this is the in this bucket, because this is the bucket I use to for my fertilizer. And I just want to make sure I got every piece out. And I'm just stirring it up in here. And it doesn't smell bad at all because it has the coffee in here. I don't put any kind of meat in here. It's not that kind of composter. And it basically just grinds your food. It does put a little heat to it. So, some people say that take the nutrients from it or whatever, but I like it, and I like the results that I get from using it. So I'll continue to use it. I do like it. And I am aware that you could just put the food scraps in the pots and all that. And I do that as well. I'm coming over here now to show you my 2 pots. Then I'm going to go in the house, and I'll come back out and turn off the raised beds, the irrigation system on the raised bed, because my nose is starting to get to me. But I just wanted to show you all my 2 pots back here and you can see some food scraps that's in here. And also what I did today was, let me get my shovel, because I won't dare put my hand in there. Okay, I'm back. I had to step over and get my shovel, because what I did today was, after I cleaned out the quail coop, it was so good, it cleaned it so good that it mostly just got all the poop, versus to the time when I use the mulch, and I clean out the mulch. You have so much mulch. I wasn't really using it, but I do have it in the back by my fence breaking down. But I dumped the quail poop in here as well. This is the quail poop. And from my understanding, some people are saying, oh, you can't use the chicken. You can't use chicken manure. You have to let it sit and settle. From what I understand, that's not true. I know some gardeners that has been putting it directly on their thing, on their food, on their plants and stuff. And you can see I have some other little scraps in here from things that I harvested and we cooked. And then I also had from my banana water, you know, the banana peel don't actually break down. So I brought the banana peels over here as well. And I put them in here as well. And I just keep it covered up. And this is not soil. I add this stuff to my soil. This is just the grass clippings from my husband cutting grass. He saved me the grass clippings. And here is the soil that I've been using. I put a lot of different things in here as well. And it's starting to grow some grass. But I put a lot of different things in this soil as well. Some of them has broken down. And this started out just like this, just a bunch of grass. And it still has some leaves and stuff in here. But as you can see, it's getting darker. And, you know, because it's starting to break down. I don't see any of the food scraps that I put in here. I put just as much food scraps in this one when I started. I started this one first. And when I need soil or I need to fill a pot, I think the last time I dumped this out, I planted is when I planted my grape seed. Here's a little sweet potato. I'm going to throw that down in there. It's a little piece of sweet potato I threw over here for when I harvest sweet potatoes. That was over here. Okay, I'm starting to see some things from scraps. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a pineapple leaf. That's what that is. Some pineapple leaf. Oh, they're breaking down good. They was much bigger and thicker than that. But I do add some water to it. I don't come turn it, but I do add water. I haven't had to have any water because this is an open container. And when I put food scraps in it, I try to cover them up. I do not want the cats because I have cats that walk through the garden, and I do not want the cats digging stuff up, you know, because they smell food. So I always just dump fresh lawn clippings on the back of it, on the top of it, I mean. Now I'm going to show you guys where I'm keeping the mulch that I pulled out of the quail coop. I no longer use mulch in there. I have them on sand because it's just so much easier for me to clean. I just go in there with my netting. If you caught that video, then you saw how I cleaned the quail coop. But when I was doing mulch, I would just come over here and dump it. My neighbor's dog, Smokey. But as you can see, I just have it here, and in that bag is some more grass clippings for when I need it. But it's just over here, and I'm just going to let that break down for however long it takes. Sorry for my sniffing, guys. I'm going to take my little hip pockets on in the house. It is so many fall leaves down here. We don't even have a lot of trees in our yard. If you look at the trees that are in our yard, they still have the leaves on them. If you look at our trees, but all these surrounding trees, and we are surrounded by pine trees too outside of our fence. Still some on our property, but outside of our fence line. But I'm going to take my little stuff in the house. I'll come back out here in probably another 30 minutes and turn off the irrigation system. I put everything on mist instead of just a straight shot. I put it on mist so the water could just flare out everywhere. And if you're interested in that irrigation system, go back and catch those old videos. You'll see just where I got it from and how simple it was to put in. But guys, that's it. I just wanted to come back and show you all that, what we're doing with our countertop composter and our food scraps, the things that you can do. And if you wanted to take your food scraps and put them in the bottom of one of your plants or bury them in your raised bed, all of that works too. I just like to make my own soil, and then I just add it to things that I needed, or I add a little bit around the stem of every plant. You know, I have done that too. If you're interested in how I do that, go back and catch that old video about fertilizing your plants and me using different fertilizer, because I also have my own liquid fertilizer that I make up. I have 3 buckets over here that I use to make up liquid fertilizer, and I do drop a fish head in there. If you put a fish head in yours, add you some coffee grinds. It's going to keep it from smelling. I have cats that come through here all the time, but the last place they come, never go over here to these red buckets. And all 3 of those red buckets got different things in it that I had. And I have the netting. It's a big netting in there. I'm not going to pull it up right now because it's cool out here, very cool out here. And, you know, that's dealing with the water. But I have already dumped the excess, didn't break down. So I already cleaned those nettings. I just put it back in there just in case I see some more food or something that I want to use. But I do drop a fish head in there. and let it break down, but I add some coffee grinds in there, used coffee grinds in there. Used coffee grinds is good for fertilizing too. But one thing about this countertop composter, you can put your tea bags in there, you can put paper towel in there, you can put the paper towel holder in there. You know, I just tear it up in shreds. I don't use that as much. Look at the white moth butterfly flying around out here. Lord, I told you, as soon as it dry up, they'll be back. But you could put different things in here. If you get one, I think I got it from Vego. I got that from Vego, and you can read up on it. It gives you directions. It's not your traditional composter, you know, because it do grind it up, and have it just like dirt by the time it gets through. But it is good, and I have used it, and I do like the results that I get from it. So I will continue to use mine. I know some people were like, well, that's not a regular compost. It's this, it's that. You could get the same thing doing. Yeah, I know. But it's just what I'm doing over here in Glory's garden. I'm not telling nobody else they have to do it. I'm just saying that's what I do. I like my composter. And I'll see you guys in this garden tomorrow. All right, guys, that's it. That's the end of the workday over here in Glory's garden. I'll see you guys in this garden tomorrow. Bye now.